So, what is going on YouTube? This is Sam from Team SamRX1 here, coming to you guys with a Mermail deck profile for the post Breakers of the Shadows format. So, hope you guys enjoy this deck profile. And guys, as I progress through the deck profile, I'll be explaining to you guys some of my card choices that I decided to play in the deck and the reasons why I play them. And guys, as I said before, this deck profile is going to be for the post Breakers of the Shadows format. So, if you guys are watching this in 2016 and you're like, Sam, why are you such a noob? Why are you proxying Net the Abyss? Why are you not getting the real cards? And the reason being is because right now it is December 2015 and the set is coming out in January 2016. So you know what, it's impossible for me to get the English version of these cards if the cards aren't even out yet. So I was like, you know what, I might as well just proxy 3 Net the Abyss rather than just showing you guys the whole entire deck on DN or YGOPro. Since you guys all know how much I hate doing YGOPro or DN deck profiles, you guys all know that I always prefer to have the deck in hand and showcase to you guys rather than I do it on DN. Since basically, I'd rather proxy 3 Net the Abyss in this main deck right now rather than just proxying the entire deck on DN. If you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So yeah, guys. So that's the reason why I'm proxying. And of course, guys, I always want to do a deck profile in advance before a big set comes out, since I want to give you guys some different card choices and different card texts that you guys may want to play in the deck before Net the Abyss comes out. So I just hope you guys enjoy this deck profile. The content is still there. Net the Abyss is still there. But you know what? The difference is that you can't play the Net the Abyss, the proxy versions, in an official tournament. So this is just like a deck profile showcasing you guys how the deck may look like in 2016 when Net the Abyss comes out. And guys, if some card choices may seem odd to you, I'll give you guys some card choices you guys can play instead of the card choices that I decided to play in the deck. And yeah, guys, so before I get started with this deck profile, I just want to give a huge shout out to my boy Charles Velasquez for letting me this deck. Charles, without you, I wouldn't be able to fulfill my subscribers' requests, since you guys always request me to do a Mermail deck profile, but I was never able to get you guys a Mermail deck profile since nobody had a Mermail deck, and of course, guys, I wasn't able to pick up a Mermail deck. But Charles came clutch and was like, "Sam, here's a deck. Make the deck profile to suit it to your own playstyle, and just showcase the deck to your viewers." So here you go, guys, the deck of Mermails. So without further ado, enough talking. Let's get started with this deck profile. And this deck, guys, is like crazy. Charles just like blinged out the entire deck. It's stupid. So starting with the monsters, of course, you play triple Mermail Abyss Megalo. This card is phenomenal. You guys don't understand how good this card is. Since of course Net the Abyss came out, I felt like, you know what, playing lead isn't necessary. So I just decided to cut down the one lead to play the third Megalo. Megalo is really important. Being able to search out the Abyss Sphere or the Mizuchi for OTK purposes and plays is really, really good. So Megalo is amazing. You always want to see Megalo in your hand aside from Teus or Net the Abyss. And he's able to put pressure on board, and he's able to help you get access into your Abyss spawn trap cards. So he's amazing for that purpose. So 3 Megalo, really, really self-explanatory. As I said before, guys, if you guys miss lead and you guys can't let go of lead, you guys can cut down the Abyss Megalo for the 1 Abyss lead. But I felt like the only purpose that lead had in the deck is because it's that it's able to be what's it called? It's able to be brought out with Lind and of course with Abyss Sphere for a free 2700 beater. But I felt like, you know what, with Net the Abyss, you're able to OTK your opponent anyways with Mizuchi and Abyss Megalo. That 2700 beater wouldn't even be necessary at all. So I was like, you know what, lead in my personal opinion wasn't just necessary to play in the deck. So I just decided just to play the 3 Megalos instead. So triple Megalo. It's all up to you guys. You guys can cut down the Megalo, 1 Megalo for the Abyss lead. That's all the suggestions on what I have. If you guys want to play the lead, so triple Megalo, triple Teus. If you guys don't open up Megalo, you want to see Teus in your hand as much as possible. You can ditch another water monster. You can ditch one other water monster to special summon this card, and when he special summon, you can basically add any level 4 or lower Mermail monster from your deck to your hand. So he gets access to your spikes, your guns, your Lin, and things like that. So Teus is really, really good for that purpose. And the good thing about him is that he has a 2400 wall, and of course he's able to help you go into rank 7 XYZ's Megalo. So that's what I like about Teus. So triple Teus, double Lin, 2 Lin is all you needed. Playing three lane is really, really cloggy. You know what? You don't want to open more you don't want to open up multiple Lin in your hands, is because you know what, if you open up multiple Lins, that means that your Abyss Sphere essentially becomes dead, because you know the main reason why you want to use Abyss Sphere is to bring out the Lin, and when Lin dies you're able to just get her effects and things like that. So if you open up multiple Lins, it's really bad. So I felt like, you know what, 2 Lins is enough in the deck. And the good thing about playing 2 Lin is that it can always be recycled with, of course, the Abyss Gun. So that's why I played triple Mermail Abyss Gun. This card is absolutely amazing. She's able to revive back your Teus, your Megalos, your Lin, and things like that. So let's say that you're trying to stall. Yeah, so let's say that you're trying to stall. You can ditch out the gun, bring back the Lin, and just have a stall game against your opponent. So she can always recycle back the Lin. So it's no problem for playing 2 Lin. Next play, of course, you play double Mermail Abyss Spike. This card is absolutely amazing. The thing about him is that I used to play him at 3, but I decided to cut it down to 2, is because Nether Abyss literally replaced him. Well, you know, he's really good. Well, like, Nether Abyss didn't essentially replace him, it just replaced a 3rd copy of him. I felt like, you know what, this card is really good at 2. Be able to search up your guns, your Lins, your marksmen, and things like that. It's really good. So that's why I love playing the double Mermail Abyss Spike. So Pike is really good. That's pretty much it for our Mermail monster of the deck. No more. And guys, playing gun at 3 is really essential. I would never cut down gun into 2 or 1. This card is just absolutely amazing. This card got hit for a reason, is because it was just so good. Now it's back at 3, so you guys always want to take advantage of having 3 gun in your deck. So yeah, gun just makes your deck hella consistent. So playing 3 gun is really essential in this deck. Now up to our Atlantean lineup, you play, of course, 1 Deep Sea Diva. She's amazing. If you want to go into Trishula and things like that, it's really good. Trishula, Delorean, Gungnir, Deep Sea Diva is amazing for that purpose. You play, of course, double Dragoons. Dragoons is absolutely amazing. Once he's sent to the graveyard to activate a Water Monster's effect, you're able to get his effect to search Sea Serpent monsters for your deck to your hand. So he can search up your Marksmen, your Diva, your Megalos, things like that. So Atlantean Dragoons is really good for that purpose. To be honest, guys, he should be at 3. Come on, Konami. Put Dragoons at 3. It's crazy. Next you play, of course, triple Atlantean Marksman. Guys, I was looking everywhere in the house to look for a 3rd Marksman, but I could not find it at all. So I just had to proxy the 1 Marksman. I felt like 3 Marksmen in his deck is just really essential, since through testing, what I find out that, you know what, this deck loses to back row, to be honest. If you're if you're going second and you're facing against like 5, 4, 3 back rows and things like that, you want to see Marksman in your hand as much as possible. To be able to just pop back rows is really important, because Marksman literally clears the back row for OTK pushes. So Marksman is really good for that purpose. And Marksman is also really good where if it deals damage, he's able to tutor out your Dragoons. So that's why I like about Marksman. So I felt like, you know, maximizing Marksman is really essential, especially when you're going game 2 to pop your opponent's back rows and things like that. So double Marksman is definitely enough. No, not double. Triple Marksman is definitely good enough. And next, of course, you play double heavy infantry. This card is absolutely amazing. Basically, it helps you clear the board. It destroys monsters and things like that. It destroys face-up cards. So let's say that your opponent has a floodgate, you're able to activate infantry's effect to destroy the floodgate and things like that. So infantry basically helps you clear monsters, and Marksman helps you clear the back rows. And if you guys open up with infantry and Deep Sea Diva, you're already able to just go into a first turn Gungnir and just go off by popping your opponent's cards. So infantry is really good for that purpose. Since infantry's effect is that you're able to gain an additional normal summon for your level 4 lower Sea Serpent monsters. So infantry is really good for that purpose. So that's pretty much it for our Mermail lineup. Yep, so that's it. And next you play, to round off our monsters, you play, of course, triple... Well, I play more monsters after this. So you play, to round off our Atlantean lineup, I mean, you play, of course, triple Atlantean Nether Abyss. Nether Abyss, the Atlantean Prince. This card is phenomenal. If you open up Prince, and this is the proxy, guys, I looked everywhere online to look for a proper English proxy, but I could not find it. So I had to use last resort and go on the Konami website and just print this off the Konami website. So basically, if you guys don't know what Nether Abyss effect is, that basically you can activate her effect. Well, it's a prince, but it looks like a girl though. It's crazy. You can activate his effect to send an Atlantean monster to the graveyard and add an Atlantean monster to the graveyard. So what you basically want to do is you want to normal summon Nether Abyss. You want to send the Dragoons to the graveyard, add a Dragoons to your hand, and then with the Dragoons sent to the graveyard, you want to add a Mermail Abyss Megalo and things like that. So Nether Abyss is amazing. When opening up just Nether Abyss, you literally just win the game if you already have cleared your opponent's board and your opponent are open for attacks, if you open up Nether Abyss, you literally just win the game, guys. This card is just phenomenal. Playing him at 3 is really good. And yeah, guys. So that's the only thing I'm proxying in the main deck aside from the marksman in the monster lineup. So having 3 Nether Abyss is just definitely essential in the deck, and it's really self-explanatory to play 3 Nether Abyss. So yeah, guys, so that's pretty much it for our Sea Serpent and Mermail lineup of the deck. And last but not least, you play, of course, double max Sea to round off our monster lineup. Drawing in this deck is really, really important. If you draw, the more cards you draw, the more play options that you have in this deck, and the more play options you have in this deck, the more chances that you have in winning. So max Sea is really important. You know, being able to stop Pepe's is really, really good. If Pepe goes off and you survive a turn and you have like 10 cards in your hand, you're more than likely going to win the duel next turn anyway. So max Sea is really important for that purpose. Drawing is good, guys. Drawing cards is always good. It's either they make you draw, or it's either they make you draw, or they just stop their plays. So yeah. Now after our spells, you play the one Salvage. Salvage is absolutely amazing. Be able to just late games, salvaging back the Diva, salvaging back the gun, and things like that. It's really, really good. So Salvage basically makes all of the smaller water monsters to your deck. It basically adds another copy of a water monster to your deck. So basically, you're basically playing 2 Deep Sea Diva with Salvage, since Salvage is able to recycle back your Diva to your hand. So Salvage is really, really good for that purpose. So yeah, love playing the Salvage. And of course, guys, if you have a dead Megalo in hand and you top deck a Salvage, you have a free Megalo right there. So Salvage is really good for that purpose. The 1 Abyss Scale of the Mizuchi. This card basically gives Megalo the 800 boost, and it basically negates spell cards. So Scale is amazing. One for one. Playing 1 for 1 is essentially playing 4 Nether Abyss. You want to see Nether Abyss as much as you want, as much as you can't. As much as you can. So having 4 Nether Abyss in your deck is really, really good. So 1 for 1. You want to tutor out Nether Abyss as much as possible. 1 Regeki. Having board clearance is really important in this deck. Is because you're always trying to OTK with this deck. So Regeki is really, really good. Last but not least, you play triple Instant Fusion. This card is just phenomenal in this deck. Norden being able to ride back Dragoons is just so crazy. Norden brings out Dragoons, going to Bahamut Shark, detach Dragoons, summon a Trite, Dragoons gets a Search. It's just so crazy the insane amount of combo plays that you can do with Instant Fusion. It's phenomenal. It's crazy, guys. Instant Fusion is actually the MVP, and the reason being why I play 3 Instant Fusion is because I always want to see this card as much as possible, guys. If you guys want to play 2 Instant Fusion, you guys can definitely go ahead and play 2. Instead of playing 3 Instant Fusion, you guys can cut out the Instant Fusion and maybe play MST or maybe play a Soul Charge. But nonetheless, triple Instant Fusion is really good. You want to see this card as much as possible. That's why I maximize this card to 3. And Norden in this deck is just so good. It's too good. That's pretty much it for our spell lineup, guys. Now off to our traps. You play, of course, double Abyss Spear. Double Spear, in my personal opinion, is all you need. Spear is always searchable with, of course, Megalo. And if you want to reuse your Spears, you can always bounce it back with DeLorean. So Spear is amazing for that purpose. That's pretty much it for the Abyss Spears that I play. And also, guys, you only play 2 lane anyway, so having a 2 and 2 ratio is really, really good. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So the 2 Spears and 2 lanes. That's all. Yeah, guys. And next you play, of course, the 1 Abyss Squall. Okay, guys. So this card is just so phenomenal. I don't know if a lot of Mermail players are playing this, but this card is just so good. Target 3 Mermail monsters in your graveyard. Special summon those targets that face a defense position. Their effects are negated, and they cannot declare an attack. Destroy them during the end phase. So this card is just so good. Late and mid game, if you top deck this card, you basically get a free 3 monsters. So you flip Abyss Squall, you bring back Megalo or Teus, you overlay into Flare Metal or Big Eye. You bring out 3 cards. So you bring out Lind, Megalo, and Teus. You overlay the two level 7s into any rank 7 XYZ play, and then end phase Lin would die, giving you a free monster. So Abyss Squall is amazing, and you can always search this card out with Mermail Abyss Megalo. So that's why I love playing the Abyss Squall. Last time when I used to play Mermails, like 10 formats ago, I can't even remember when I played Mermails. I always love playing the Abyss Squall. This card is amazing. I took into consideration where not a lot of people before was playing Traveler of the Burning Abyss in Burning Abyss boats. But you know what? But then as time progressed, a lot of people have been playing Traveler. It's crazy because Traveler is a really important card. You're always gonna have Burning Abyss monsters sent to the graveyard. So Traveler is essentially a free monster reborn. So I took into consideration as the same purpose for Abyss Squall, where you know what? you're always gonna have Mermail monsters in the graveyard unless you're going first and you know what, you draw this early game. You know what, it sucks, but you know what, you're always gonna put Mermail monsters in the graveyard anyways. You know what, having Abyss Lin can tutor already puts one in the grave. Summoning the Pike, ditching a monster can already be another monster in the graveyard, another Mermail monster in the graveyard. So Abyss Squall can potentially be live at that point. So Squall is really amazing for that purpose. So one Squall, guys, and if you guys do not want to play Squall, you guys can definitely take out Squall for a third Abyss Sphere. It doesn't hurt to play the Squall, but that's just my personal opinion on why I like to play this card, since because you know what, you're able to go into free XYZ plays and you're able to bring out the Lin, and then end phase Lin dies, and then you know what, she just goes off from there. So one Squall. Next you play, of course, one Banlist for the Pendulum matchup, one Vanity's Emptiness. Basically, Vanity's, if you open up Nether Abyss and Vanity's Emptiness, and you already have an amazing board, and your opponents are playing Pepes, and you flip Vanity's Emptiness, you win the game. It's crazy. So one Emptiness, and last but not least, I played the double Solemn Notice. This card is just so amazing. It basically breakthrough skill and a Solemn Warning in one, essentially. No, not a Solemn Warning, but a Grand Horn of Heaven in one, essentially. This card is so good, and you pay 1500 life points, negate effects. You pay 1500 life points, negate a special summon. So basically, Solemn Notice can negate the entire Pendulum summon. So this is another card I'm proxying, is of course double Solemn Notice. This card is just so good, guys. If you guys don't know what Solemn Notice does, is that when a monster's would be special summoned or a monster effect is activated, pay 1500 life points, negate the summon or activation, and if you do, destroy that card. So Solemn Notice is really so yeah, so that's pretty much it for our traps. Now up to our side deck real quick. I'll show you guys on what cards I play in the side deck. Side deck is always up to personal preference, but this is what I play so far. Of course, guys, so here you go. So of course you play double MST for any rogue matchups or any decks that play back row. So double MST is really good. Double Massive Restrict against Monarchs. Screw Monarchs. You can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Really good. Double Massive Restrict. Double Imperial Iron Wall for the causal matchup. One Chimera Tech, double Cyber Dragon, double Illusioniste d'Affecte, really good. One Maxi, double Grand Horn of Heaven, and of course, last but not least, one Solemn Warning. And the reason being for these guys is because I put it in against the Pendulum matchups, really good. You know what? This aside with the Notice, things like that, Pendulums can't win. It's crazy. So that's pretty much it for our side deck. You guys, you know what? You guys can build the side deck to however you guys like. But this is what I have so far for the side deck. That's just like a basic overview on what you guys can play. So now off to our rank 7 monsters. You play the one Gaios, one 101, one Dragosack. This guy right now, guys. So you play what is it called? You play Gaios, Big Eye, and of course the Mega Phantom Beast Dragosack. And last but not least, you play the what is it called? The Flare Metal Dragon, guys. This card is not a Master of Blaze. This card is Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. I repeat, this card is Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. This card is phenomenal. Flare Metal Dragon can literally push so much damage to your opponent by just them having to activate so many cards just to try to get rid of a Flare Metal Dragon. So yeah, guys. So if you guys have Flare Metal Dragon, definitely replace it with the Master of Blades. I'm playing Flare Metal Dragon 100% sure. So yeah, that's all it for level 7s. So you play 4 level 7s. Now out to our level 4s, you play one Ragnar Zero. It's a water. One Silent Honor Arc. One Abyss Dweller. One Bahamut Shark. One Abyss Strike, one Castell, just in case. This basically replaced the Exciton Knight. Double Norden. Norden's absolutely amazing. And last but not least, one Gungnir, one DeLorean, and last but not least, one Trishula, Dragons of the Ice Bear. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for my deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up. And I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile for the post Breakers of the Shadows format. And this is Sam from Team Sounds of Sam signing out. Peace out, guys.